Hey guys, what's up? Here is Max. In this video, I want to continue with the story where Goku recovered his tail and gained a new transformation. We recently published part 2 of this story here on the channel, and we said that if that video reached the goal of 1,000 likes, we would bring part 3 as soon as possible. Well, in less than 24 hours, the video reached the minimum goal of 1,000 likes. And so here I am fulfilling that promise and bringing you part 3. But before we continue with the story, you can leave the like now at the beginning of the video so you don't forget later. And just like before, when this video reaches the goal of 1,000 likes, we'll start producing part 4 as soon as possible. For the video to reach that goal faster, share it with your Dragon Ball fan friends. And also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you'll be notified when part 4 is published and you won't miss the other videos here on the channel. Now let's get down to business. Stay connected to the channel and let's go to the video. After Goku achieves an extremely powerful new transformation, the Saiyan Ultra Instinct, Vegeta was very curious about his power and challenged him to single combat. Even using all his power with the Ultra Ego, Vegeta wasn't even able to offer any trouble to Goku, who easily dodged the Prince of Saiyan's attacks and defeated him with a single blow. After the match, Vegeta was very frustrated that he wasn't a challenge to his great rival anymore. But seconds later, Goku discovered that his new power also caused reactions in the other Saiyan that was on the planet, Broly. For some reason, the legendary Super Saiyan felt a great discomfort inside him when he felt Goku's power, and felt an inexplicable urge to fight him. After challenging Goku, Broly didn't even wait for the answer to start unleashing his great power. Such power that, according to everyone who felt it, was charged with fury and violence. Left with no choice, Goku accepted the challenge. As he unleashes his great power, Broly stares at Goku like someone who has great rage welling up inside him. But he tries to contain it. He doesn't understand such a feeling. He can barely sit still. He wants to fight the Saiyan before him no matter what. Broly finally gives in to the urge, charging towards Goku in a low fly so powerful that it destroys the ground as it passes. Goku waits for him in combat stance, but very calmly. Broly arrives as Goku trying a punch, which Goku escapes by taking flight. The pressure from Broly's punch creates a strong current of air that destroys the ground ahead and goes beyond the hill they are on. After missing the blow, Broly goes after Goku, chasing him to a great height in the sky and reaching him, trying many blows that Kakarot dodges with ease. Among the many blows, Broly tries to land a kick on Goku, but he holds the attack of the Greater Saiyan and begins to spin him many times in the air, to then launch Broly towards the hill where they were. Broly hits the hill very hard, only to stop several meters deep in the ground. But it only takes a few seconds for Broly to break out of the huge hole he's unwittingly dug, charging back at Goku with even more fury, attacking with even more power and speed. But again, he's frustrated by his attacks not hitting the opponent. After dodging a few dozen more attacks from Broly, Goku decides to counterattack, and he does so by throwing an open hand at Broly. Goku stops his hand before reaching the bigger man, but the air pressure alone from his attack sends Broly crashing into a forest several meters away. As he watches this, Vegeta comments that Goku is being much more lenient with Broly than he is with him. Whis says that this is normal. After all, even though Broly has already evolved a little since the beginning of the fight, he still hasn't transformed, so his power still doesn't compare to Vegeta's using Ultra Ego. If Goku hurt Vegeta using Ultra Ego like that without even intending to, the same attack could kill Broly in the same moment, so he has to be very cautious. From the middle of the forest where Broly fell comes a great wave of energy that goes toward the sky. Seeing the energy coming towards him, Goku simply flies towards the attack and collides with the energy entering it. He keeps flying inside the wave of energy as if he were in a tunnel, and at the end of the tunnel is Broly, who was releasing such power from his hands when he took a big fight when he saw his opponent appear from within his energy, reaching him, grabbing his face with one hand and slamming him into the ground, pressing down on his head, causing Broly's head to be partially buried. As he pressed Broly's head to the ground, Goku looks deep into his eyes and says that now he's starting to feel a little bit of what Broly feels. He says he's also attracted to the other Saiyan's power, but claims that what Broly is showing now is not the power that attracts him. Looking deep into Kakarot's eyes, Broly felt his heart beat faster, and with each beat of his heart, his eyes began to gain an increasingly yellowish tone, until he finally screams at the same time as a roar seems to be heard, and Goku, who's next to him, sees in Broly the figure of an Ozaru. Goku backs away, and in the next moment a huge burst of energy occurs. And before I tell you what happened after this burst of energy, I want to invite you to go check out our Patreon, which is the only way you can help us get back the Dragon Ball Hakai manga and continue the incredible story of Goku, God of Destruction. Through our Patreon, you can help us bring back the Dragon Ball Hakai manga while receiving some benefits here on the channel from a very low price. Go check it out later to learn more. The link is in the video description. Back with the story, from the middle of the energy comes Broly, now in his Ikari form. He has considerably increased his speed and goes towards Goku, cutting the sky while leaving a trail of power. Goku smiles and also flies towards him, leaving a trail of power. Goku comes from above and Broly comes from below towards each other. Vegeta, who was watching everything from the hill with Beerus and Whis, was completely shocked when he saw in the sky, behind Goku and Broly, the figure of two Uzarus, both roaring and advancing as if they were going to grapple for a primate battle. Goku and Broly collide at the same time as a massive impact explosion can be seen even from far-off planets. And in the next moment, the winner of this contest of strength is immediately revealed, with Goku carrying Broly again towards the forest and crashing him into the ground, while creating a large line of destruction across the ground. After dragging Broly for many kilometers on the ground, Goku gains altitude while carrying the larger Saiyan and reaching high in the sky, slams the opponent into the mountain, leaving Broly partially buried in the rocks. Seeing that Goku was already coming at him, Broly opened his mouth to release a huge wave of energy. But just as the energy was starting to leave his body, Goku reached him, covering his mouth with one of his hands. At the same time, he carries Broly into the mountain, crossing that big rocky block with his body. When they both come out the other side, Goku, who was still holding Broly by the mouth, throws him to the ground. Even though very little time has passed in the fight, Broly is already very panting while he is lying on the ground, and also surprised by his opponent's superiority. Floating above him, Goku fixes him with a serious gaze as he tells Broly that his spirit is making him more and more uneasy. He's trying to contain his momentum for battle, but it's too hard. On the other hand, even if his spirit and thirst for fighting is high now, Broly still doesn't have enough power to withstand real combat. So he must get stronger fast, because if Goku can't control his instincts, while Broly has the level of power, a single attack can kill him. But Broly says that despite the latent desire to unleash all his fury and instincts once and for all, he can't do that, because he doesn't want to completely lose control like he did on planet Earth. But then Goku lands, stomping violently on his abdomen, causing Broly to spit up a fair amount of blood. After doing so, he grabs Broly by the hair and lifts him up, coming face to face with his opponent. With his face very close to Goku's face, Broly begins to feel his fury grow more and more, and this is evidenced mainly by the veins and arteries throbbing through his face. While holding off his opponent, Goku tells him that if Broly wants to feel his true fighting spirit, Broly must unleash him as well. If he does that, they can have a true battle between two Saiyans, a battle of the purest, savage instinct of Saiyan warriors. Goku says he really wants that to happen, and says he knows Broly does too. Goku claims that Broly doesn't need to resist, as Beerus, Vegeta, and Whis won't let things get out of hand. He ends by telling Broly to release all of his Saiyan spirit once and for all. After hearing all these words, Broly's pupils disappear, and in the next second, a gigantic explosion of energy can be seen outside the Beerus planet. Goku seems to have finally convinced Broly to unleash his full monstrous power, but will he be able to handle it? And what consequences will this battle have for them and for Universe 7? Find out in the next part. And this is where I end the story for today, folks. As I've said before, if you liked it and want to see more, make this video meet the minimum goal of 1,000 likes. And then we'll bring you part 4 as soon as possible, telling you how this fight between Saiyan Ultra Instinct Goku and Broly will end, and also the consequences of this battle for them and the entire Universe 7. Thank you for watching. Until the next time, goodbye.